Texas 95.7, the Armadillo, Craig Vaughn in the studio with some guestesses in here.
Well, hello, Craig.
Hi, Peyton. Casey Hooper's in here. Lehman Wall.
Making my way in.
WRCA is well represented today.
Greetings. Hope everybody took a shower this morning. Awful tight in here.
The three amigos in. What are y'all doing? I haven't seen Lehman in 2 weeks, and then I was gone last week. What'd I miss?
We just been sitting around.
Yeah.
I did get one press release email. I guess we'll go over some of that stuff here in a little bit.
You bet.
But
we're gonna talk Earth Ranch Rodeo and Kansas Championship Ranch Rodeo.
I missed one, and then one was just last week, right?
Yes.
Good deal. So I mean, well attended rodeos still. Everything's going good with the. I mean, that's always this time of year. I like to ask that every year, just kind of out of curiosity. How's the attendance and everything? But this year it's even been, more of a thing. How is the attendance? So I know they've been decent for
yeah,
right?
It's been good.
Yeah,
it's been good.
No
Everybody's
big complaints. No.
happy to get out, have something to go do.
Yep.
I know the one at Earth is one I went to. Just a small town environment.
Yeah.
Everybody gets together and sits on the bed of the truck and hangs out and whatnot. And Medicine Lodge is kind of a neat deal. This wasn't powwow year, was it? Peace Treaty year?
It wasn't. They, for committee's sake, they said, they had to keep it a little quiet so it wasn't as big as it normally is when they have the whole powwow and the Indian Peace Treaty.
That's like every 4 years, 3 years?
Every 3 years. Yeah. But so still well attended, and the town really comes around and supports them real well, and so you couldn't ask for a better crowd on Friday night. It was homecoming, so they were down, but Saturday night it was a thing to do in Medicine Lodge. So
I'm guessing I could have probably told you it wasn't powwow year just by asking if Casey went this year or not. Because if Casey doesn't go, it's not.
Right.
Casey only
it
goes.
Can't be a powwow without
year.
Hooper. Though.
Yeah.
Gotta take my little buckskin wrapped about, and the squaw comes off the hill.
Yep.
That's me.
You see the size of that chicken?
Hey, dog! Hey, dog!
That's actually about the time. I'm good with carrying the wagon grease bucket, and then I sail my goods, and then, go around the wagons, and it's like rendezvous.
Uh-huh.
Do a little trading on the side.
Oh, and I'm there for rodeo, too.
you would think we participate in that.
That's right.
Bring the covered wagons.
All right, so who are we talking to first? The winner of who won? Who won at Earth, and who won at the Earth Ranch Rodeo?
So Earth,
Ow.
they had 27 ranches competing.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it's a big. So you got a set on Friday, and then you have a different set that.
That's the
comes
biggest
on
this year, isn't it? I think I've heard 16, 17, nothing in the 20s, though. That's great.
You're getting late in the game.
Yeah, it is,
so
isn't it?
people
Yeah.
want to qualify.
Yeah. So we had 27. It was good competition. Wilson Cattle and EC Cattle kind of walked away with the rodeo this go around. They pretty much dominated from start to finish. They went Friday night, so Rhodey came back Saturday, sat in the stands just to get his check. I was happy to see him there watching. But the second place team was Thompson Ranch, and both of those have qualified already, Craig, to come. Right in behind Thompson, third place, which will be the ranch that gets the invite to the World Championship, is Circle M8 and Barnes Cattle. So we're going to get to talk here in just a second. We'll visit with Blaine Barnes, kind of get his perspective on things. They were the third place out of the deal, but then got the nod to the world.
Yeah, 27. You had to have some that were already qualified. I'm guessing you got 27 of the ranches.
There were 5 ranches there that had already qualified.
That already qualified.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So are they getting a lot of those? Are they going just for the hang, or are they going for practice, or are they they just going to see some old friends and because they can't wait to get out of the house?
All of the above.
Yeah, all the above, right?
All of the above. Some of them will tell you they just need a place to go and get away for a little bit.
Yeah.
And plus, they're highly competitive individuals.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, exactly.
But then too, they will tell you it's nice to stay, in tune for when you got to do it at the World.
That's right, because it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
All right, so who are we calling then? Calling Blaine?
Blaine Barnes.
All right, hang on. And on the phone, we got him, Blaine Barnes. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We were just, Craig, beforehand, we have to admit to everybody, this rodeo was 2 weeks ago. So we're all kind of like checking our nose. Blaine's like, I don't remember how we did, you know.
Blaine said, we won that one, right? That's why y'all called me.
I hope so, because you're the one being called.
Yep.
Congrats, Blaine. You guys, as we start looking back through the Earth Rodeo, we had told everybody before we got you on, 27 ranch teams competing. So, yeah, big old field. What's it like for you guys knowing that there's 27? You know, a lot of the rodeos you're going to go to are going to be in the 12, 14 range as far as competition goes. When you're lining up against that many, does that affect you at all? Does that change your thinking?
Not really. I mean, there's a lot of people, but there's a lot of teams make the point spread a lot better for a lot of people too. So if you have a bunch of teams, a lot of teams aren't going to have a good night like everybody. So sometimes it's better. There's so many good teams. It can go either way.
What about a situation where this one is a group of ranches compete Friday, and then you guys were up on Saturday? And be honest now, did you check out the how things were setting after Friday? Kind of know where you had to be?
We asked around. I sure asked the pickup man how the bronc riding went and everything like that. It doesn't hurt to check in and figure them things out.
It sounds like that might have worked for you. Bronc riding, you guys were in the second hole there, kind of a bottleneck of folks at second. But looking at the way things came down, Blaine, if you don't cover like you did, you guys probably don't get qualified.
That's right. I was pretty excited. Anthony Edgerton, he rides a bronc for us this year, and he called before the rodeo, and he wasn't going to make it, so I had to pull my bag of tricks out, and I got to ride, so it worked out really good.
Well, isn't that something? I think that's great. You're making sure to let Anthony know that you did a great job, Really, he needs to know that. Anthony, if you're listening, sorry.
They called his name over the speaker, so he got credit anyways.
Well, 82.
81.
81? I don't have my bifocals on. 89?
89?
Good God.
I thought that's what they said, yeah. No.
My God, you did good. Anthony, bye-bye, Felicia.
Yeah, no, it was a good bronc ride. Jamie brought some good ones, and congrats on that. Seriously, though, if that ride doesn't happen the way it does, you might not have been able to get that qualification. So you might have to rib Anthony a little bit on that.
So who's going to ride the bronc? Who's going to ride the bronc in
Amarillo? I told
Amarillo?
him he didn't get to ride all of them at the finals.
Attaboy. Hey, I get it. Share the candy bar. It's good.
Yes.
You guys, tell us a little bit, Blaine, about what it means. I'm sure it's kind of soaked in a little bit about getting to come to the world. What does that mean to y'all? I know you'd said you've been giving it a shot, and now you got it. So tell us about that.
It means the world to my side of the deal and Philip's side of the deal. He takes care of his ranch, and he's got his two boys with him, and so I imagine that means the world to him because he gets to go with his two sons that been trying to get there. And on my side of the deal, me and my brother-in-law, we get to compete together. Been doing it for quite a few years and just been really, really close, but just never sealed the deal. So yeah, we're really excited about it. Scared at the same time, I guess, but sure excited.
Big family deal then, huh?
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
My kids are young and coming up, and they're there at every rodeo hanging on the fence, so they don't miss much.
In fact, Casey Hooper just got out of her chair when you started talking about the up-and-comer. So I'm going to just step back because this is where Casey gets a little emotional.
I don't get emotional. I just think that is job security. That's job security for us. And the heritage and tradition part of the whole piece. Yes, it's rodeo, and yes, we put on a championship, a darn good one at that. But
yes,
it's the camaraderie and the fellowship. And when these kids, you watch them when they're younger, and when they start to become salty is when they start making true biscuits. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're your help. And they're help for many reasons, which pays off for them in dividends later in life. And we appreciate that. We appreciate that tradition and heritage being passed down. So, yes, I guess I do get a little preachy when it comes to that stuff because it's important. It's very important for them to cut their teeth at those rodeos, you know, sitting there on the fence watching you guys and asking the 900 questions and roping each other's legs and tripping each other and busting their arms. There's a reason why we do that. And it's job security.
They've been doing the Pokey the Clown deal since they were old enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it has to start somewhere, correct? Because they look at you guys in a hero aspect, and they look at it as a big platform to them. And Earth might not be that big, but that day it was. And to them, that carries on to us what we got to provide them here. So hopefully we won't nag on them too much, but it'll be good.
As a parent, to say you won Earth in front of your kids is pretty cool.
Well, yeah, you won the Earth. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and with them there with you. Yeah. And then, too, Blaine, I don't have I should have brought, and I didn't. We had the Earth Junior Ranch Rodeo going on Saturday. And you talk about, you know, doing the Pokey deal. Then they moved right up, and now they're doing what the big boys do every day in that junior rodeo, and they did well there, too.
They did. They were on a couple of teams, and they won't miss it. I mean, they kind of know the dates better than I do when those things go on. So,
well, as long as
really excited.
Well, as long as you don't lose your stick through all this, guys, it happens sometimes because the dads and moms will have a really good horse, and then next thing they know, they're like, "Well, I got to find me a new horse because
they're confiscated."
Yes, they end up. How do you take that away? It's like handing pieces of licorice to a kid. That's psych. Ain't gonna work.
That's awesome, man. Well, Blaine, we just can't say enough how proud we are to have y'all at the World, and we're glad that it means a lot to y'all because it sure means a lot to us. And we're gonna have a good rodeo. We're gonna put on a good one. Just to touch on it, Blaine. Now going to a 3-performance rodeo, you know that's something we wanted to talk about with everybody. Make sure they understand the World Championship is happening. Normally it would be a 4-performance rodeo, 2 go-rounds. This year it's going to be a 6-performance, 3 go-round rodeo. Blaine, from y'all side, have you talked to any? How do you feel about that 3 go-round deal?
You know, them broncs are ranked and them cows are ranked. That's 3 broncs and 3 wild cow milkers that you got to deal with. But on our team, we feel like we're pretty consistent. So another go-round that kind of maybe will help us in the average a little bit. So
there you go.
You know, if you get to go to the big show, you might as well make a day of it. So
you might as well bring your bedroll to your back because none of us are going to sleep. I like to fell over when we went to a 3 go-around. I was like, well, beep. How are we going to do that? But kiss your kids on Thursday and tell them you'll see them on Sunday.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, you need something, holler at us, Blaine. We're really proud of you, and congrats on getting qualified.
Well, we thank y'all very much. This is our national finals right here. I mean, it's a blast. So we sure appreciate y'all.
We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thanks,
thank y'all.
And so they're qualified. How'd the rest of it go? How'd we do with top hand, top horse, all that good stuff?
Okay, let me give you the overall event winners.
That too.
So we said there was a big bottleneck at second in the bronc riding. Stuart, and I'm sorry, Stuart, I don't know how to pronounce the last name on that deal. Urick, I think it is, from Francis Flowers, took first place. He got 1 point more. It was 82-point ride, so good job on Stuart's part. Cow milking was won by Lockhead Cattle and Whiskey Canyon. Branding was won by Singleton Ranches out of New Mexico. Sorting was Fink and Foster. And then stray gathering was Wilson Cattle and EC Cattle. Our top hand was none other than the Waylon Davis off of the Wilson EC ranch card, so congrats to Waylon. And then top horse was Casey Joe Lewis. He was riding a Tongue River bred horse named TRR Play on Pepsid. So congrats to Waylon and Casey Joe Lewis.
Way to go, Casey Joe.
Yeah, good job. So, on to Medicine Lodge.
On to it.
Grab it. Yep, there you go.
Perfect.
I guess you went then, Peyton.
I did.
They just pushed the mic at you.
I know. She's got it now. No, it was good. It was, it's a trip up there, and it was primarily or usually is a Kansas invitation, but they had one Texas team make the haul up there.
Mm-hmm.
But everything went good, and there was 12 teams who competed, and common name, well-known name, I guess, that we've heard several times throughout this year already, but Lonesome Pine came up with the win. And then Beachner Brothers came in second, and they are the ones who qualified for championship. So they are also a well-known name with us.
Mm-hmm.
And, we've talked to Cody and Calvin and a bunch of them throughout the years, through scholarship, and they know the organization well, and we're happy to have them. So.
Good deal. Good deal.
Hey, was Beachner 2018 World Champs? Is that 18?
Yes, 18, yeah.
World Champions in 2018?
Yep.
Well, yeah. This one actually, for anybody listening, if you want to go check it out, they've got a great website too, peacetreaty.org. A lot of the pictures that you hear us talking about. This one always kind of interests me because we always do joke about the powwow, and I think Casey was up there a couple of years ago, and we had a lot of fun on the air talking about.
It's usually a big deal, parades downtown, and
there's some great pictures on that website. So
Corona Strikes Again, I guess, is the main deal. They didn't do the whole parade and food trucks and everything, but they still had a good showing of vendors that come down, and then they also have a few, food trucks out there.
Yeah. Good for them, keeping the tradition alive. Yeah, I know a lot of food trucks are still out there. It's one of the few things that they haven't cracked down on as much, I guess, really.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, everyone you got to fit in your prairie dress. And so I can't have funnel cake before I go to my rendezvous because I got to fit in my prairie dress.
That's right.
And then I got to put on my deer skin.
That's right.
And then it's just changing characters at the Peace Treaty is really hard, guys. It's like one of the hardest things, okay? So you don't want to eat funnel cake in 100-degree weather.
And is this the city? Is this the one that has the strawberry pie at this city?
No,
okay.
That's coming up on the 4th.
All right.
And
don't bring up the pie. You're going to get me in trouble again.
The good news is I get to bring it to her.
It might be jelly by the time it gets here, but
you put it on the floor, put the air conditioner, hitting the floor, and you'll be all right. It'll make
Yeah. 8 hours is a long trip for some strawberry pie, but I guess.
What?
Anything for Casey.
Who are we calling?
We will be calling Calvin, correct? Yeah, Calvin
Kendall. All right, cool. We'll get him on the phone now. There, we got him on the phone, Calvin Kendall. Congratulations, man, for getting qualified, and you'll be coming to town here in about 2 months, I believe.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be here before we know it.
Yes, it will be.
It is like all this year seems like it's been 5 years. And then it seems like literally when I talk to you guys at Hugo, it seems like years have went by.
Mm-hmm.
That was in June.
I know.
Uh-huh.
That was in June. And so they said we were going to ask you any dumb questions when we were off the air.
I won't make that claim.
Not dumb.
I won't never make that claim.
However, I have a question. How's Gina doing? How's the boss doing?
He's as mean as ever.
That a boy. See how he answered that?
Come on now.
That's the only question I have. See, I told you I wasn't going to lead him astray or be mean to him. Jeez.
I know. I had to kind of rib him though when we were there. I said, "You had to wait this long to qualify?"
Oh, that's like.
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably was like, "Darn it."
I know.
It's not that the fact that the Beachner Hombres haven't been going because they have been. And it just falls into the play of that's how it goes in the rodeo shows. And it is what it is, right, Calvin?
That's exactly right.
Don't matter how you get here. Don't matter how many flat tires you have when you're here. Clean slate, Craig. It's a clean slate.
Right.
And this is proof in the pudding because 2018, Beachner Brothers Livestock were the world championship. Won the world championship. And we're our world champions. So that just tells you that when you leave this place and have to hire a U-Haul to get you back to Kansas, you know that you had a good rodeo.
Yep, for dang sure.
Well, Calvin, let's just kind of visit about the rodeo and kind of get your take on it. What do you think you guys just did that put you, sitting pretty good and just right behind Lonesome Pine there?
Well, I think there was 2 teams right behind us. I think there's about 4 teams that was within a half a second or a second of each other. It was a tough rodeo.
It really was.
Well, it looked like
it really was.
So the ones you had beaten down your door were Snyder XIT and Haywire
was close,
and JLB.
Yeah.
So if you take Lonesome Pine, Beechners, and the 3 I just mentioned, you are running scared, not looking behind you. Because you just got to grin and bear it and go in that arena and close everything else up. Because they're coming with the heat behind you, and depending on when your draw is, will determine. It's a tough rodeo.
Yeah.
It was very tough.
Woo!
And it stayed pretty consistent all the way through it. And, you ended up winning the wild cow milking. Friday, you guys actually had like a 34 or something. Ooh, so it was a fast run. So it was then all times were fast. So it was actually really good to see that. And then coming up with 3rd in the branding. And then you had 1st in the stray gathering. So you placed pretty good in all 3 events. And, everyone was running and gunning, and everyone had to prove it when they were in the arena, and you guys sure did it.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to talk just real quick, Peyton. So the top horse, once again, is old Gray,
Oh, yeah.
But let me tell you something about Gray. When you're falling in behind him and you're on another team, did Cody rope in the milking?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. I would have put 500 on that because TJ Paul is not an unfamiliar to the back end of a cow. And when I know when Cody reached out and hit that, they're such a gelled team. That used to be Calvin's horse.
Well, there you go. See, we just talked about
just
that.
What happened? And that old Gray sits, and for a fact he's going to shut her down. So you knew once that thing got caught, game on.
I bet Cody rode Gray in the Brandon too, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
See, 500. So what did you do, Calvin?
I tried to stay out of the way. They let me milk.
Well, and you run really fast. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know I went over the top horse now. And I know we've bragged on you a little bit, but I don't think championship would be the same without the family impact that Beechners brings to this event. So I'm glad that we're going to be able to do this, and I'm glad that we're going to have you have a place to come show off what you guys do best. So see you soon.
We're glad to be coming.
Well, I'm sure Gina will be. I wonder if she said anything. Did she say, good job, guys? Because, she's about to leave because she wants to, she's a teacher. So she wants this break.
Yep.
Anyways, well, congrats, and we're glad you're coming, and let us know if we can do anything for you.
Hey, we appreciate it.
I'm going to miss you in Coffeeville, but I understand.
I know it.
But I understand.
I know it. Yep.
Been through a lot of floods with this guy, heat warnings, heat exhaustion, tornadoes.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good one to be somewhere because he's so calm. Mm-hmm. When I'm like, well, you can imagine what I'm like when the siren goes off. But Calvin is one to find. But if you want Caden and Cody to have a conversation with you in a heated moment, forget about it. Ain't happening. Okay, enough about you. I'm done. It ain't all about me. Okay, Calvin, we called you to do results.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Calvin.
Thank you. You all do the same.
See ya.
Thanks, Calvin. Oh, and I guess Peyton, you got the rest of the results right?
All is good. We touched a little bit there on top horse. Cody Kendall, little TJ Paul got top horse yet again. Kind of just a good little gray there, but top hand went to Justin Peterson with Haywire Cattle Company. So Justin had one heck of a rodeo. He actually won the bronc riding as well.
They were on a mission.
So, and they stayed pretty good throughout all the placings as well. They ended up 4th, so it was a very tough rodeo. So to get top hand and top horse at this rodeo was hard.
Do you happen to remember who rode the bronc for XIT Snyder?
Be Chade Snyder.
Out of Chadester!
Yes, and
Frank, the bronc rider for them, broke his ankle, foot, leg, all of it pretty good. Oof. And so that was good.
The word on the street was this was Chade's only 3rd bronc to ride. So that
natural.
Place 3rd is awesome.
Youth is amazing, but natural is better.
Yeah.
He is a hand.
And wild cow milking, the Beachner Brothers won that event. In the branding, Nelson Angus and Broken H brought that home. And then the sorting was JLB. And then straight gathering was Beachner Brothers. So all around good rodeo, and a lot of teams that, had the chance to win it and just had to get the fastest time in it. So It just came down to a few points here and there, and so tough rodeo.
Always. All right. Which brings us to our bring Lehman in because he makes.
What did I do?
I didn't do type the press conference.
It was Casey.
Press
I didn't do it.
Releases and
We're
send them
not
out.
allowed to be out in the public.
This is it for them.
We can leave now, Casey.
Hey, they were bummed when they didn't get to come in last week.
Bummed? We were like,
Party time!
so you want the tickets to the races? Here's how you get a hold of them. We were bummed. We just had a little bit more elbow room. That's all.
So what's happening with the...
Get no respect around here. Is that what he says?
Right.
Yeah.
What's going on with the World Championships?
Okay, well, a little something. We're number one. We're tickled that we're going to get to have this deal.
Yes.
And we really appreciate all the support from folks that have already bought tickets.
Yep.
And a lot of folks have already bought tickets. So our board decided, in an effort to try to get more people to see the rodeo, we've added 2 new performances. So normally you would have Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, now there's going to be Thursday night, Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Friday at 7 o'clock in the evening. Then we're going to do Saturday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and Saturday at 7 o'clock in the evening, and then Sunday at 2. Gotcha. So there's 2 brand new performances in the rodeo.
Follow me.
And as far as the tickets go, right now, obviously, a lot of folks have been trying to call and get online, and tickets are not for sale at the moment.
Right.
We expect in about 2 weeks, so around the middle of October, or before, but at least by the middle of October, we'll be able to open ticket sales back up for any remaining tickets that we've got.
Gotcha.
Because of the 2 new performances we created.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the lowdown on tickets and the schedule. If you want to keep up with things, number one, follow us on social media. Casey Hooper, follow us on social media. And then also go to our website, WRCA.org. Those are the ways you can keep up with most of the info. Our mobile app, Craig Vaughn,
That's
you
right.
are the mobile app king. That's on there too. But we just encourage everybody to be watching. If you have not gotten your hotel room, go ahead and book your hotel room, because there will. And if you've not gotten tickets, there will be some tickets open up around the middle of October.
The lesson in this lecture by Dr. Wall is we've been preaching for 20 years to get your tickets on what date? June 1st?
Yeah. Get them
Well,
early.
sometimes when things happen, that June 1st actually saves some people. So
right.
I'm not trying to be the old mother hen here, but we have never led you astray. June 1st, June 1st. So come join us if you got a ticket.
And if you don't, if you got Casey's phone number, just feel free to.
Negative question.
Because Casey's got a whole bunch of tickets in her back pocket.
Yep. She carries them around everywhere
yeah,
she
just
goes.
giving them out for free. So
Yeah, Josh Lilly, if you're listening, make sure to just pay attention. Thank you very much.
Peyton's giggling, but she keeps them in the desk. She doesn't carry them around.
Yeah. If you don't have them with you, you can't hand them out. So, you just, I don't have any. Nope.
WRCA.org is the website to go get all the information on everything. And matter of fact, all that Lehman just said, all that info is right there on the homepage. And it's a great place to really should be the only place you try to book a hotel through is through WRCA because they get the best rates anyway. And all the performance dates and everything else. And we still have 2 more qualifying rodeos.
We do. And I was going to tell everybody on those tickets, make sure you go to our website and go through panhandletickets.com. Because especially now as we get closer to crunch time, there are a lot of scams out there and a lot of scalpers things. So if you got one from there, it's not going to work. So just a little FYI there.
And they'll look official too. I mean, those websites look like this is a legit. It's not a legit website. Yeah, it's not. I thought she was going to say I only have front rows, so if you want back rows, don't
Casey
call
only keeps 50-yard line front row in her pocket.
Being all these years, I've never even sat in the 50-yard line. Better yet, watched a full performance. But feel free to call, and my secretary will take it. Casey's not in.
On the ticket deal too, I forgot to say, if you have already got a ticket, okay, it's important for you to know that the ticket office will be contacting all ticket buyers about the process of the reseating, reticketing.
Yeah.
The ticket you have in your possession, unfortunately, is no longer valid. It will not work. So just be watching and be patient. Yeah. We'll be working through that over the next couple of weeks.
You got to imagine that takes a lot of time and planning and removing and moving and
social distancing. Social distancing.
The Jackie Perkins Memorial Ranch Rodeo coming up this weekend, right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
the first one in Coffeyville.
Yes, sir.
Who's going?
I am.
All right,
I'm
Casey
gonna go
Hooper's
down
going.
there, and then we turn around that same weekend, and on the 4th, go to Council Grove, Kansas, and Peyton will be, or is it Lehman? Peyton will be going to that one.
The Santa Fe Trail. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So still got a couple of performances to watch before the big finale gets here in November. Looking forward to it still. I mean, can't wait. Wouldn't be the same without the road. I've seen all they're on the signs are on the flag on the light post downtown already, so I'm excited.
I'm getting there. It just seems like 8 years worth of 1 year.
Yeah,
does it not feel like
sure
it?
does. Yep, exactly.
Not only are we having it, we're making it bigger in a speak. So.
WRCA.org, the website, and find them on Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff too. Appreciate y'all.
Let's give one little call out. I hate to get into the political aspect of things, but if you guys are residents of our lovely community here, I encourage you to go and learn about Prop A that's going to be on the ballot.
I heard you on the radio.
Yeah, we really want you to kind of take a look at what that's all about. You know, there's a lot of misinformation that goes around about reasons why people think that this shouldn't happen. But I want you to just really take a deep seed and look and see what it really means to the city of Amarillo, the economic impact it brings. This facility has been great for a lot of years, but it's about to run its course. And we just need an upgraded, not WRCA needs,
right.
Amarillo needs an upgraded civic center in order to stay up with the times.
The Globe News had a great graphic years ago, and I wish they'd repost it, but the TV that AT&T Stadium has, Jerry Jones World down there, will not fit in our arena. It won't fit lengthwise or height-wise. Yeah. Nope. And it just shows you we're a little out of date.
It is. And look, we get it. It's a big proposition. There's a lot of money at stake, but just go get real info. Don't just rely on
make
somebody
up your mind for yourself.
Yes, exactly. That's right.
Don't get all your info from Facebook.
Craig, before we go, I just wanted to let everybody know that's a supporter of WRCA and a supporter of our foundation that we lost a true member, and we lost a WRCA director last week with a health issue. Waylon Newberry, you will be missed. He was a director for many years, starting in 1997 and went into emeritus in 2016. So you guys can probably do the math on that. He was a manager for Turkey Track Ranch out of Artesia, New Mexico. Quite the legend. Mm-hmm. And he, so those of you that are listening, and those of you that just can take a moment and just know that WRCA right now is kind of going through a mournful time, a joyful time with everything going on, but we kind of got that little sorrow in our pocket a little bit, you know. Yep. So Waylon Newberry, I hope your family the best, and God bless you.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next weekend.